Well, I guess we're started already.
Okay.
Well, I'm here with the Stone Sisters, and we want to just talk about a little bit about what it takes to be successful in this market, and also having partnerships in business as well, right? And the third thing I actually want to talk about, which I was always curious, is now there's another third sister. You have a third sister, right?
Yes.
So I want to interview next time.
We can't talk about that online.
No. We can't talk about that one online?
No, we can't. I'm teasing.
Oh yeah, like you like cage her up somewhere and you don't let her out?
Yeah.
Because next time I'm going to interview their parents. Because how do you get 3 daughters that are intelligent?
Thank you.
They're successful. They are respectful. And all 3 of them are damn hot. Like, what did they feed you, they are daughters? Right, but the key thing, first of all, is your name, the Stone Sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, there's a lot of relevance to the name in the Okanagan with your parents. Where did it start from? How long? Now, these 2 ladies are realtors. So, how long has your name been in the business?
Our parents started in the business in 1978, so it's actually the year that I was born.
Oh, you haven't given your age.
I know.
Oh my God, everyone hides their age. I'm not telling
Once
you.
I'm past my 30s, I'm okay to give my age. Tamara got in 95, so she's been selling since she was 10.
And you were born when?
Yeah. I'm 78 as well.
Of course.
And we were, when we initially started, when I joined up with my parents, we were the Stone team. And up to that point, Mom and Dad had done their own business. It was Bruce Stone and Patty Stone. They didn't market together or brand at all. And when I got into the business, we became Stone Team because no one was really a team. It was pretty powerful. It was unique and set us apart. As much as Mom and Dad didn't like the idea of it, they weren't keen on sort of branding together, but it worked and it was successful.
So creating a team atmosphere, did that actually propel the business?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, because I think we then were able to appeal to a broader demographic. It was Dad's clientele, people who were in their 40s through 70s, and I was in my early 20s. It was all the way through it, and it was a sense of family and that you've got more than one person to rely on.
But see, that's the thing with entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs believe that, this is my baby, I don't want to share it, I'm going to do it all by myself, I don't want anybody else involved in it, and you're never going to grow that way. And as entrepreneurs, we have to realize that you cannot do it on your own.
No, it's true.
You have to create a team atmosphere. So one of the key things I want to look at is during markets and times like this, when most realtors, I do a lot of business in your industry, and most realtors are either struggling, going out of business, they're sitting in their offices wondering where they're going to find their next client, they can't find any showings to do. Meanwhile, you 2 ladies seem to be busier than ever.
Yes.
Like it's so difficult getting this logistics in, getting both of you in the room at the same time. Right? Yeah. So what is it that you're doing different in markets like this that most realtors are not? Like, why are you so busy?
I think we like to look at things a little bit differently than I think that your average realtor perhaps does. We really believe as ourselves as marketers. First and foremost, negotiators as well as marketers. And we go out there and we market everything that we do. So we don't just put a sign up and wait for buyers to come find us. We go out there and find buyers. We really specialize in marketing to the out-of-town markets. And because of that, we have, this weekend alone, we have 3 different groups in from out of town. Wow. And we've had, since the beginning of January, 3 or 4 groups in every single week.
Really?
We call it Shake the Tree. And I think in a market like this, you have to work longer and harder with people to convert leads to business. And so we sort of tease each other or compete a little bit in a good fashion with each other to shake the tree.
What kind of tree is it?
It's a lead tree.
Nice.
I
thought it was cherries or something.
No, it's leads. It's people who may have contacted us 6 months ago, a year ago, people who phoned on a sign, people who sent us an email, and we follow up with everybody, and without hounding them.
But we stay in contact with them. So we actually have something that's really helped our business. We have something called a buyer book. So when anybody contacts us and says, 6 months ago, I might be interested in this property, we put them in that buyer book and we stay on contact with them.
See, in markets like this, you're absolutely right. If we sit back thinking, okay, let me just ride this out and sooner or later we'll come out of it, you're never going to come out of it.
And that's
you
just
will go under. You have to be proactive. They said, stop thinking like a speaker and think like a marketer. And it's the same thing. Stop thinking like a realtor, think like a marketer. No matter. And it says, stop thinking like the business you're in, and to have the mindset of a marketer. So everything that you do, are you actually connecting and marketing to the audience of choice.
Yes.
Right, and it completely changes how you run your business.
Yeah, it does.
It's brilliant.
Okay. And I want to talk about the show. You're going to be on a show. She's going to be on a reality show.
Oh my
You are. I'm telling you, you're the runner-up. I saw the video. Oh, she's phenomenal. So, what's the name of the show?
Oh, it's an HGTV show
Yeah.
called Renovate or Real Estate. And it's a realtor host. We'll have 3 different designers who will help people make a decision whether to renovate and stay or do some quick things to improve the look of the house and sell it. So,
Marvelous.
And you can see the video on YouTube. So if you
Oh yeah,
search
go
on
check it out. It's amazing.
it's really good.
Yeah. And Ivan did the video, right?
Ivan did the video.
Show your face on the video.
Yay!
No, you gotta show your face on the video. Show your face.
come on, let
Yeah.
us see you.
Ivan's the most awesome person.
I'll speed this up.
If you go on YouTube and search Tamara HGTV, you'll see it.
Oh, it's amazing. And when that actually started, how many people applied for this show?
Oh, they had
Thousands?
over 1,100
Yeah.
that submitted videos and applied for it, and narrowed it down to 25, of which I was one.
Oh,
now I've heard nothing.
How can they possibly not pick this?
I know.
Like, that's it. You're in. I'm gonna get your autograph now.
Oh, yeah.
Autograph. I want your autograph.
Betty Boop. Okay.
You've been partners for how long now?
Since 6 years.
6 years now.
Yeah.
So a little bit about partnerships. I truly believe as entrepreneurs, we need to have partners. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that we need to give up half our business and create a partnership that way, but we just need to create synergies where we can rely on people consistently,
for sure.
right, and build that strong relationship. So talking about partnerships, first of all, how has the partnership you think helped your business, especially in markets like this?
It allows us time to have a little bit of time off and to get rejuvenated and come back, and then you're full of energy and ready to go and hit the pavement pounding or whatever that saying is.
Pound that pavement.
So we alternate weekends. We actually do get full weekends off, which is really nice as a realtor because no one does. They don't get any time off. So it's really hard to then go out there that next weekend if you've worked every single weekend to want to work every weekend. So whereas we're lucky and we kind of have a little healthy competition going. So this weekend is my weekend to work, and Tamara's off this weekend, so she'll go out to Big White or what have you with her family, and I'm going to try to get as many deals together as I possibly can. So on Monday I can sit down and say, here you go, this is what I did. Now you have to beat me next weekend. So
while you are in Hawaii.
Well, I'm well, I know I'm going to Hawaii.
Exactly. It's. I think we both have strengths and weaknesses, and we've both got things that a skill set that Shannon has that I'm not as strong at, and vice versa. And we're fortunate to be able to realize that and sort of rely on her strengths and rely on mine, and really create a really good package that's honestly hard to beat.
That's very powerful to be aware of, because a partnership in business is nothing more than a relationship or a marriage.
For sure.
And,
exactly.
and any one of these partnerships, we need to understand our strengths and the other person's strengths and expectations.
Yes.
Because if not, you'll always be...
For sure.
Now, talking about this, have you ever bumped heads in your partnership?
Not really. You know, it's
Really?
funny.
In 6 years?
I know.
No.
When we first decided to become partners together, we thought, okay, for sure we're going to have the odd thing. So, and our parents were, you know what, girls, it's a great idea, but definitely you're going to have some conflicts. So, they wanted to have somebody outside of our family that was a mediator that we could go to if we had conflicts and that sort of thing. And honestly, knock on wood, we've had nothing.
No.
Not even once?
No.
We've had things that we
little tiny things maybe, but
we'll have things that we don't necessarily agree on, but we respect each other enough to listen to the other person's point of view and compromise. And I think that's the key, as you say. It's the key to a good marriage. It's the key to a good partnership.
For sure.
You just asked me to get married?
Yeah, I did. Yes. Sorry, Derek.
Okay, sorry, Derek. Sorry. Sorry, Derek. And a little bit about reputation. Now, you obviously have a phenomenal reputation throughout the Okanagan. Like, everybody knows the Stone Sisters.
Thank you.
Right? And in a good way. So, did you actually consciously protect the reputation of your business and you as individuals, or it just worked out that way?
No.
And our reputation has always been extremely important to us. We will do the right thing. We believe firmly in that, and I think that's why things have turned out so well for us, because we are honest, good realtors.
Yeah.
My dad was absolutely right. From day one, he always said, Freddie, you are a very lazy boy. What he meant by it is that I always want to be effective in what I need to do,
Yes.
so I'm not wasting time, right? And that's one thing I've always seen you ladies do, is that you're extremely busy, but you're effectively busy. I find a lot of realtors or any entrepreneurs, we're talking about not just real estate, we're just talking about any entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We're so busy, especially in markets like this, we're just trying to scatter and grab anything we possibly can, hoping that something will work. But I don't see you ladies do that, or is it just...
No.
You still do that in the background, but you don't show that?
No, we really, and a lot of realtors I don't think, and maybe a lot of entrepreneurs don't necessarily schedule their time, and I think that's something that's really important. We have a set schedule. So we know how our week is going to be laid out. We know that we meet on Monday mornings, and we have a meeting from this time to this time. We meet with our assistant, and we kind of map out our whole week. So we're very scheduled, and I think that makes us most effective, because we know that, okay, we've got 2 hours between one appointment, and we have to get our checklist done. Yeah. So we're not wasting time.
We're also checking in on what's working and what's not working. I think a lot of times, I think it's very easy in business to run a million ads in a million different spots, to sort of run all over the place without a plan, without a concrete business plan. And when you've got that plan, you've got a goal, and you'll adapt with new things you hear about, but it keeps you on track. And if something isn't working, we don't continue doing it. We switch it up and find things that work.
That's a really
that's the biggest thing with entrepreneurs. We need to understand that everything we do, we have to track.
For
so
sure.
You know the big launch we're coming up with right now with the new book and so forth. And I just sent an email out to the tech person last night saying, just as a reminder, make sure every single thing we do for that launch is being tracked.
Yes.
We need to be able to track everything so we can refine it, because it's a 3-month launch. And just because we started with doing a launch a certain way doesn't mean we're going to have to end it that way.
Right, exactly.
So every couple of days we keep watching the tracking system to see what's working, what's not, and we keep refining it as we go.
Yes.
And that's the same principle as running the whole business of a lifetime. It's always keep tracking what's working, what's not.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you were to sit there and say, not just for realtors, any entrepreneurs, if there's 1 or 2 things that you need to make sure you do or be aware of to be successful, what would it be?
Don't be afraid of hard work. Have a plan, and commit to it, and commit to work hard. I think a lot of people want to have it all right now, and in any kind of business, it's you start slow, but if you stick with your plan and work hard, be prepared to work really hard. If you believe in what you're doing and are really passionate about it, it works.
And I think another thing too is to not be afraid to be uncomfortable. I think something that Tamara and I do a lot is we'll sit in a week and we'll say, okay, we're going to go and talk to this person, or we're going to step outside of our comfort zone and do this, and that always ends up helping our business grow tremendously when we do that. So I think, don't be afraid to be uncomfortable, I think is a big thing.
Get your heart racing.
Yeah, get your heart racing.
And
it keeps you going.
Always do something outside of what everyone else is doing in your industry. And that's one thing I've always noticed from day one when we had met years ago. Yeah, but it's always something different.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Be it if it's just a promotional item that you're sending, or how you do your launches, and you always market outside of Alberta as well, when not outside of the Okanagan when most people are not. So it's always think outside the box. So what can you do to be a little bit different than everybody else in the industry?
Exactly. Set yourselves apart.
Yeah.
You have 2 children?
Yes.
How old are you?
6 and 8.
6 and 8. And you also run marathons, go swimming every morning, and I don't know where you fit it, and you have a newborn.
Yes. 11 months old, just about 11 months old. Yeah.
So the balance is so important. Like, it's amazing how you're always running, you're always working, you're being very effective, you're probably one of the most successful realtors in the Okanagan, but at the same time you have a beautiful balance.
Yes.
Right? You take your vacations, you take your weekends. How important is that as a closing for entrepreneurs to make sure we do that while we're building our business?
I think it's extremely important. You don't burn out that way. We want to be in this business for a very, very long time, so it's really important to keep that balance. I think for anybody getting into anything, if you burn out, then you're done and you're starting back from zero again. So making sure that you're taking time for yourself, whether it's a yoga class in the middle of the day, reading a book at night, whatever your thing is to relax you, make sure that you do make time to do that.
Perfect. Any closing remarks that you would like to tell entrepreneurs on how to be successful or create a balance or anything?
Take time for yourself, like I think we've said. Make a plan and stick with it. Surround yourself with people that are passionate and that have done really well. I think if you surround yourself with people that are positive and passionate, you can't help but to take some of that spin, I guess, from them, or that energy from them. I think that's really important.
Even if they're in a different industry than yours, I think that can be really powerful to have a group of successful individuals who maybe are all in different businesses, but you're able to pick up that synergy.
Yeah, or a mentor or something like that. It's nice to have somebody to share ideas with. We're lucky because we have each other, but it is nice to have that.
You can phone us. We'll help you.
or phone Fred. Fred is amazing. So, closing mark, that's what I'd like to say.
I agree.
Thanks. It's been great. And that's a key piece. We have to understand as entrepreneurs, doesn't matter what industry you're in, don't just worry about selling a product, educate your clients. And you've always educated us, right? And anything that I want or thinking about, and there's been times when, actually that was you one time when I was looking at a property, you said, no, Fred, I'm not going to let you bid on this.
Yes.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
You know, and you could have easily, because I was ready for it.
Yeah.
And you said, no, it's not the right fit for you.
No.
And those things are important because now people feel comfortable enough to know you're building a business for the long term. You're not going for a sale. And people nowadays are a lot more intelligent than they used to be when it comes to being aware of what they truly want in partnerships. And they want to know that you truly care.
Exactly. Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching again.
Thank
got
you.
The beautiful Stone Sisters. All right. Thank you again, and looking forward to the next clip. Bye for now. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was awesome.
That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah,